You guys should probably come to Manzhouli. It's absolutely insane. I didn't know a place like this could exist in China. It is seriously insane. It's so beautiful. It's a little chilly, even though it's the middle of summer, but it is absolutely gorgeous here. It's really like the cleanest city I've ever seen in China. It's so clean here. It makes Guangdong look so dirty. Everything is in Russian. Speaking of Russians, there's tons of them here. There are absolutely tons of them here. Because we're actually right on the border. Oh, we made it back from the grasslands. We're on a different border now. Manzhouli. Manzhouli is a city on the border with China, and or on the border with Russia, and it's in Manzhouli is one of the cities of Ulumbare, which is the grasslands that we were just in. And we are not super happy with the goat/lamb that we had because it was in the really plain Mongolian tradition. So we're going to go get some proper Mongolian barbecue right now, like I used to have back in my old vids that you guys might remember. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. Anyway, the city awaits. It's beckoning us. So we'll be back in a bit. We're in that beautiful city I just showed you, and we're grilling up some veggies. We look like vegetarians, but that's just because our side of lamb is not ready yet. Check out how modern these guys are. Vivi's ordering me a beer. Vivi, show us how you order a beer. Well, say on an iPad, that's awesome. And you click it and it goes into the cart, right? And then you give it back to the waitress. That's pretty awesome. Hey, get me a Harbin. Alright, we just got an extra round of beers because they're all so weak. Oh, by the way, if you're coming to the north, you're going to be disappointed with the strength of beer. Because although heavy drinkers up here, it's not quite... What did she say? It's her first time to see an American. Wow, that's very nice, and she was very happy. Anyway, you're going to be really disappointed because 3.3% we're looking at here. 3.3% alcohol for these beers. Because people get drunk off vodka or baijiu around here. Anyway, Vivi, would you like to show us how to eat yang pai? Would you like to show us how to eat yang pai? Would you like to show us how to eat yang pai? Would you like to show us how to eat yang pai? It's better. It's better. This is a local beer called Hilar Pijo. We'll try that on video in a second. Can you eat some meat for us? These are goat ribs. Oh, you don't have to dip it in that. Okay, well, thought you'd try it naked first, but she goes and you have to go and ruin my day. Is it hot? You just bit directly into the only bone. There's one bone, you bit into it. Just grab it with your hands, you're supposed to. It's Mongolian style. Good? Nice? Very nice. Very nice. Good. While we're on the same video, I'm going to crack this open and try this out. This is Hilar beer, which is a local beer. And we're going to try that out. Terrible. Anyway, so no, it's better. It's way better than these. It's way better than these. It's way better than these. Vivi keeps getting angry, and she actually caused a spat in front of the waitress because I tried to order 2 bottles of Tibetan beer, which I didn't like. Anyway, catch you later. Finished our meal, and here we are in the land of Rusk. Look at all these cars. Half of them have Russian license plates. There's a Lada, and there's a Toyota Lighta's Russian license plate. And people come here to go shopping and whatnot. It's pretty incredible stuff. You know, it's weird, Wei, that I was thinking is how it costs so much to get your car into China from Macau or Hong Kong because you got a double plate. But here, because it's a foreign country, it doesn't matter. So they can actually drive in. So theoretically, you could drive your American car. If you could get it to Europe, you could drive it across the continent into China, which I think is pretty cool. Yeah, you see a lot of Russian cars around here, and literally every sign is Russian. It's actually like being in Russia, and it's... Vivi made a good point. As you can see her reaction right now, it's absolutely freezing. It's 10 degrees, and it is the middle of summer. So, despite it being an absolutely gorgeous city, it is incredibly cold here. But I really like it. It's so cool. Good morning, Manzhouli. Beautiful city in the tip of China, Inner Mongolia. It's so cool. It's really international. There's people from all over. Outer Mongolia, Russia, families wandering around, and some being able to speak Chinese, some not being able to speak Chinese, which is kind of cool. But you see a lot more proficient Chinese speakers here than you would otherwise. And it's really funny because you'd think that the local population here would learn to speak Russian to cater to all the wealthy Russians that come here, but actually it's the other way around. The Russians learn Chinese. Well, most of them don't, but the ones that do come here and start little shops and businesses and stuff, whereas the Chinese don't learn a lick of Russian, from what we've heard. I don't know any either. Should have learned a little bit before I came here, but anyway, let's keep going. So we didn't make it, guys. This is my face of shame standing at the border. We just got turned around by the cops. They bizarrely know that I'm not Russian. The Chinese people, which was weird. How did they know?
I don't know.
They literally just were like, bam, done, out, sorry. Not gonna happen. This is an international border and you're not Russian or Chinese. And I was like, crap. So there goes that plan foiled. We did try to go around. I don't know how we thought we'd pull that off. I guess using a local ID was like kind of the idea, but in the end that was not gonna work. So we bought the tickets, but couldn't get in.
They said like they said you can get in. That's fine, but don't say I didn't warn you. The second you move, get in, if you don't have the Chinese passport or something, you can go down.
You're gonna get what?
Like
knocked down. Taken out, yeah. Well, so that was a risky endeavor, going to two countries that are totally not allied with America, as an American, without either IDs, into an international border between those two countries. One of the stupidest things we've ever tried, but it didn't work. So here's our failure. Here's us. Oh man, that sucks! Anyway, well, oh well. Guys, Vivi just reminded me of something really, really sad. This is the second time, well, at least this time it didn't happen, but the first time I've been to Russia, the only time I've been to Russia was actually by accident without a Russian visa or anything, and I went to jail for the day, or for the night. Long story, maybe I'll tell you guys sometime, but got on the wrong ferry in Finland and whatnot. And this is the second time I've tried to enter Russia without a valid ID, so that's pretty funny. This guy thinks I'm Russian. Well, I wish I was at this moment, because then that means I could actually get in. But look at all these little Russian dolls. There's like a whole park full of them, and there's the biggest Russian doll in the world, apparently. I don't know how they can claim that record, because actually it's just a building. It's not actually a doll. Can I go play with that doll? Not really. Can I open it up? No. Look at all these stupid people on all these gosh darn things. I'm just a little bit angry right now, guys, because right over there in the distance, I just tried to cross the Russian border, and they told me they were going to arrest me and tackle me. And I'm not very happy about that. And I did just realize I tried to cross the Russian border without a valid ID in a time where America and Russia are pretty much going to go to war. So, not too clever. Hey, look, Finland. I'm cool with you guys. You guys let me live there. Thank you, Finland. Not like these douchebag Russians. Anyway, you can see the three flags there, Russia, China, and Mongolia, because we're on the border of all three. And the biggest, like I said, the biggest Russian doll in the world. So actually a pretty awesome city, by the way. Manzhouli is amazing. You gotta come here. But in the grasslands lies a lake called Hulun Lake, which is a nice little lake. No, it's pretty big actually. It's massive actually, but people eat the fish from here apparently. Let's try to find a less crowded place because there's just a bunch of camels and people hanging out here. I suppose it'd be nice to swim here, but other than that, it's okay. It's not the greatest place. It's pretty nice. It's a nice lake, right, Wei? It's a lake. It's just a lake. I bet the fish in here are pretty tasty. They keep talking about those. And people ride camels on the beach for some reason. But it's not the strangest thing because I have seen camels on the beaches in Huizhou. Yeah. So that didn't make a lot of sense. This makes a little more sense because there's camels fairly near here. They're native to the Baotou area that I used to live in. Anyway, there's a lot of things to do here, like ride camels and 4x4s and ride camels and ride camels. I bet the fishing is pretty fun here. Should have brought a fishing pole. We found a sunflower field. I'll give you 5 seconds to look at it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I hope you enjoy. Even the government buildings around here are like really fancy, like Russian style. I thought it was kind of impressive. Anyway, we're gonna go to a museum now. Let's go have a look. We're in the museum here, and this is where they found a bunch of woolly mammoths. And there's this weird animal. I forgot the name. Weird looking animal. Anyway, they found this. They found a couple that died together here. And this is the fossil that they uncovered here. We're standing on the actual fossil, which is pretty cool. Naga.
Look at that.
So this is the fossil that they found of them when they died together. This is like thousands of years old. This is the original graves they found of the people here, where they link to Native American heritage. So the Mongolians basically went through the continents and ended up in America. They're pretty much the same people. It's up to speculation right now, but they built this museum exactly where these dig sites were, so everything's as it was before. You can see how similar the ancient Mongolians were to Native Americans, actually. Pretty much identical. Outfits, teepees, the way they lived, things they ate, things they did. Pretty much the same. These weapons are Jin Dynasty era. Look at this sword. It's square. That is like thousands of years old. That's unbelievably old. Look at this metal hat. I didn't even know they used metal back then.
Tong.
That's crazy. This museum's really cool. It's free too.
This is the Ming Dynasty.
That's Ming Dynasty? So we're in this this Russian mall where they sell to Russian people, and the some of the shops here, which is really funny. There's a sign here. I'm gonna go by it. There's a sign here that says "Middle, do not enter." And "middle" is the first word for Middle Kingdom. I'll freeze frame that. And Middle Kingdom means China, right? That's the Middle Kingdom of. So they're saying Chinese people cannot enter. So a lot of these shops, actually, we're in China, but they don't allow Chinese people to go in, which I find absolutely hilarious. But anyway. So Manzhouli, you've seen hopefully a good portion. You can't really get the sense of what it is until you actually come here. But it's really bizarre. It's like the Tijuana of China. Tijuana of China? Yeah, Tijuana of China. Russians come here to buy stuff, like cheap stuff and cheap Chinese stuff. And it's really bizarre because there's stores that don't let Chinese people in. There's Mongolians and Russians walking around everywhere. All the signs are bilingual. The food is all mixed, and it's weird. It's a crazy place. But actually, in our search for the white Mongolians, the white Chinese Mongolians, we didn't find a whole lot of them, but we did see a very beautiful, probably 20-year-old white Russian policewoman in China who's Chinese. She was probably born here because her parents were probably doing business here. And that was really, really bizarre to see that. She's a Chinese woman. I wish I got it on film, but we went by it real quick and it was heavy traffic, so we couldn't really stop or anything. But this place is a head trip, and it's funny to come here as, I recommend coming here as, like, you could change your identity. What am I trying to say? If you are a white man or woman, to come here. And then it's funny to have everyone think that you're Russian because all the Chinese people start speaking Russian to you, trying to sell you stuff. And when you tell them you're American or whatever, it blows their mind because they don't come here. Number two, it's fun because the Russians will be like, oh, and then you speak really loud English, like in a normal accent or whatever, and that's even more hilarious. But yeah, this has been a very interesting trip, and check those girls out, they're really tall.